G'day guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Wildkard. Thank you for watching the Wildkard Rugby Show. Like, comment, and subscribe. And yes, you are here today because it is my pleasure and privilege to talk about the greatest sport in the world, and Argentina will have an opportunity this weekend to redeem their loss last week in the rainy weather against the Wallabies. So yeah, last week was a bit of a surprise to me. I thought Argentina had the advantage to beat the Australians, and they were leading quite handsomely in the first half for them to kind of... yeah, they kind of just fallen off a bit in the second half. A bit of a silly decision. Handling wasn't very good for Argentina. A lot worse than they did against the All Blacks. Whereas the Wallabies focused on the fundamentals. Wasn't anything flashy. Again, having passing issues as well. But focused out on the fundamentals. Didn't miss 100 tackles. Didn't give away 100 penalties. And yeah, stayed in the game. And eventually was able to pull out a 1 point or 2 point? 1 point win, I think it was. Last week, just one last minute penalty goal that was given out for the Wallabies to win that one. So yeah, a few changes for both teams. There were some injuries. The big injury for the Wallabies is Noah Lolesio has been a back injury. So there's a change at fly half for the Wallabies in the name of Ben Donaldson gets called up, and Tom Liner is on the bench. For Argentina, also made a change at 10. The bench guy, Alberno, what's his name? Yeah, Albernos. Thomas Albernos has been called up to the 10. The guy that actually given away the penalty that allowed the Wallabies to kick 3 points to win the game. He's the guy that Felipe Contempomi has backed him to start ahead of Santiago Carreras, who's been pretty much the go-to fly half for Argentina for the last, 3-4 years now, maybe? Ever since he's been taking over the 10 from Sanchez. And so yeah, pretty big call. I do think that Thomas Albernos don't look very comfortable under pressure, to be honest. He looked pretty shaky against the All Blacks, and I thought that the fact that he'd given away the penalty against the Wallabies was a little bit of nerves probably got to him, in my opinion. He came off the bench, and yeah, I'm not sure what the idea is. Maybe this is how the coaches wanted to help him improve as a player, but yeah, pretty big call from Contempomi to put him up at the 10 jersey. And now the question also comes down to who's going to be goal kicker. Is it going to be Juan Cruz Malia? Is Alberno's going to be kicking anyway? So, not too sure. Carrera's a decent goal kicker as well. So, yeah, we'll have to see how that's going to affect the game in this weekend. So, with that being said, here's my website. Feel free to come and check it out. I've updated some of the things that you guys have been recommending. So, there's a spoiler. There will be no spoiler on this page. There'll be a spoiler. And you can now click on the players to go to their stats. The Wallabies have an additional function of the yada yada bio and stuff. So yeah, check it out, the website. But yeah, let's talk about the game. So we've already talked about there are some changes for both teams. Jem Slipper is going to be equaling George Gregan's test record for Australia at 139 tests this weekend. For Argentina, Max Jorgensen, it's getting to his first start this weekend after coming off the bench last week. And yeah, the Ben Donaldson is a big change in the starting position for the Wallabies. Andrew Callaway has moved to the fullback position to replacing Tom Wright, a fullback, and Jorgensen gets caught up to play on the wing, giving him an opportunity there for the youngster. For the Argentinians, I've already talked about this. Carreras is down in the bench, and yeah, Contempomi is basically saying that he didn't think that the fact that Alberno's given away the penalty was the issue. He thinks that he wants the player to be... he backs the player for making that decision, actually, and he wants to be positive and, yeah, and see what he can do and make a better decision in the future. Learn from his mistake and get better for the future, which is really, really good to see. The stadium this weekend is going to be in Santa Fe, and this stadium is known as the Elephants Graveyard. It's a football stadium, so this will be a lucky with the Wallabies, and we're not the Elephants, so shouldn't be an issue at the Elephants Graveyard. And yeah, it's going to be no rain this weekend, so that wouldn't be an equalizer. I thought the rain pretty much helped the Wallabies a lot, really not giving the Argentinians any momentum because of the rain. And yeah, and the game was slowed down to a drag as well. So no rain this weekend, a little bit cloudy. And yeah, we'll have to see how that's going to play into either team's favor. The referee, the most important 16th man for either one of the teams, I guess 31st man on the field, is Pierre Brousset. He's a French referee. I've seen him a few times in the I think I've seen him in Six Nations, and he is, yeah, he's okay. He's probably, I guess they have to put him in as he started to make him a main French, the tier 1 French referee nowadays, because Matthew Renaud, I think he's retired, but also he lost his visa to come work in Australia in the future, so he's not able to get a visa anymore. So yeah, I guess you have to find somebody else to qualify for an Australian visa at some point. So yeah, he's gonna be okay, and it'll be interesting to see some of his takes on the new law. I haven't seen him adjudicate the new law, and so yeah, we'll have to see how he's going to interpret potentially a 20-minute red card. So I have no idea when it comes to that. So yeah, let's have a look at who's got the privilege this weekend to represent their nations. Argentinians, a team full of passion, full of youngsters. They wanted to come out this weekend to pull out, to redeem themselves from their really shouldn't have lost last week. But yeah, they kind of have to do it up front. Thomas Gaggio comes in number 1. Julian Montoya, the captain, coming in number 2. And Joe Scalvi coming in tight head prop at number 3. I thought the scrummaging was sliding in favor of the Wallabies. I would like to see the Wallabies continue to pursue that and get a bit more dominance, because Gaggio is a bit weak on the scrum, but he is very, very good in carrying the ball, and maybe because of wet conditions, it didn't get too much of that last week, so hopefully he's probably going to be a little bit more, a bit more opportunities this week when it comes to carrying the ball. Speaking of carrying the ball, Angus Bell as well, extremely good ball carrier for the Wallabies, and it will be good to see if the drier conditions will be giving him an opportunity there. Matt Fazelo coming number 2, and Tanela Tupou, Tongan Thor Tupou time. And like I said, I really felt that the scrummaging, he can really get a good handle over Gaggio in there. And I really want to see that getting squeezed onto the Argentinians this weekend. Coming in on locks now, Guido Petty coming in number 4. Thomas Lavanini, I think both of them were on the bench last week, I think. Both has been added up to the starting team. Nick Frost retains number 4 jersey. And number 5, Jeremy Williams. Yeah, that's interesting. Ahead of what's his name? Ahead of what's his name? Salakai Loto. I think Salakai had an issue at home. I think he went home for that. So yeah, this is there's a bit of a change around here with the locks. And coming in the loose forwards now, the Argentinians, Pablo Matera in the open side flanker on the number 6 jersey. Marcos Krima comes in at blindside flanker in that third line option at number 7. And finally, Juan Martin Gonzalez finishing off the loose forwards for the Argentinians at number 8. For the Wallabies, Rob Valentin in the blindside flanker position, always physical. Carlos Tazano gets caught in at number 7. And finally, Harry Wilson will be finishing off at the number 8 jersey for the Wallabies. In the back line now, the number 9 jersey, Gonzalo Bertrano retains that for the Argentinians. Jay Gordon still back in the experience from Joe Schmidt's point of view, ahead of Tate McDermott, retains the number 9 jersey. Number 10, we already talked about this, Tomas Albranos for Argentina. Ben Donaldson gets caught up to the 10. Last time he started for the Wallabies was against Georgia, and it wasn't that pretty. So he really needs to put that out of his mind and put a much better performance this weekend. But Donaldson had a pretty good season so far in Super Rugby. I mean, it's not so far. In the Super Rugby season that had just gone by. So I do expect him. I know that for a fact that he can play a lot better than he did against Georgia. Whether it was nerves, whether it was whatever the reason. But maybe it was the fact that it was back in Sydney. So yeah, I know he can play better. So we will see. I do expect a much better performance from him this weekend. Number 11 now, Mateo Carreras, probably the fastest man on the field. And Marika Cornbetti, probably the most physical man on the field. Quite the opposite to what Carreras brings to the field. And number 12, Santiago Chacobaras has been probably neutralized a little bit last week due to the rain. Also with Lucio Cinti. And these, with the dry conditions, I think Chacobaras is very, very dangerous when it comes to carrying the ball, and he's very impressive playing in France. Hamish Stewart coming in number 12 once again for the Wallabies. Len Ikitau number 13. I did think that the defense was quite good, or not quite good, was decent from Hamish Stewart, but I don't think that it was linking that much with the two players around him. So again, more change. Hamish Stewart, the good news is Ben Donaldson and Hamish Stewart played together at the Western Force, so they have a bit of a combination there. But Yeah, it needs to be a bit better there. And when he was able to create opportunities, get the ball to Len Iketel delivered points for the Wallabies last week. With, you know, it literally carved up the defense whenever he got the opportunity. So we'll be looking to see that gonna happen again, to try to get the ball to Len Iketel, to try to open up some of the options for the Australian attack. Coming in number 14 now, Batista Del Goy for Argentina, and Max Jorgensen gets his first test start at number 14. Number 15, Juan Cruz Amalia, once again for Argentina. Really, really good under the high ball. And Andrew Callaway surprisingly moved to the fullback position. And I thought Tom Wright had been the most informed fullback for the Wallabies, and he just really hasn't delivered. I mean, you know, there was there's a saying, I guess, from Eddie Jones: a horse looks fast running by itself, right? And, you know, you have to put it against other horses to see how good he actually is. And up against the Springboks, it wasn't nearly as flashy as it was against Wales. So yeah, it's understandable that they want to give him a bit of a break as well. So yeah, Andrew Callaway gets a number 15 jersey for this weekend. In the substitutes now, Ignacio Ruiz comes in number 16 for Argentina. Meiko Vivas, number 17, and Eduardo Bello, number 18 for Argentina. For the Wallabies, Josh Nason, number 16. James Slipper, the veteran, gets number 17 jersey. And Alan Alatoa, number 18. I'm pretty sure, what's his name? The other Lucia Pro from Melbourne Rebels, Kailea, he's got a concussion and he went home, so he's not able to be playing at the number 17 jersey. So Jim Slipper gets called in for that. Number 19, Franco Molina for Argentina. Once again, Jack Joaquin Oviedo comes in number 20. For Wallabies, Josh Kanem comes in number 19. And then Langi Gleeson, a bit more power and a bit youth, coming off the bench for the Wallabies. Kanen will be making his debut. And this photo looks... Is it just me, or he looks very much like young Quade Cooper? A little bit like young Quade Cooper, at least on the long shot here. A little bit like Quade, but not really when you actually zoom in. But yeah, he will be given an opportunity. He's born in the USA as well, so an American player getting the opportunity to represent the Wallabies. And finally, we've got the backs reserves for both teams. Santiago Grondona comes in number 21 as the halfback reserve. Tate McDermott gets number 21 jersey for the Wallabies. Number 22, Gonzalo Azus Gracia. His middle name is actually Jesus. So Jesus will be playing at number 23 jersey. And there's another guy, there's another Italian guy with the exact same name, Gonzalo Garcia. Plays for Italy. He's like 40 years old. And there's a lot of mistake when you try to look him up. You get the wrong player. So yeah, Azus Jesus will be playing at number 22 for Argentina. Tom Liner, not quite Jesus, and will be coming in at number 22. And number 23, Santiago Carreras for Argentina. And it looks like he might be covering for the fullback position as well, not just the 10 jersey, because, yeah, Garcia is scrum half. No, hang on. Yeah. Sorry. Gondona is actually a lock. I got this wrong. I thought, is he? A back row. He plays a back row. So, yeah, so 6-2 bench split once again for Argentina. Yeah, I'm not familiar with this guy, so he's actually a halfback. Jesus is actually a halfback. And Carreras will be the utility. That covers 10, I guess, 10, 15, and probably 12 as well. And finally, Josh Fluke, an additional center for the Wallabies. And I actually want to see Fluke play for a while now. He's had a really, really good season for the Reds. So, yeah, I've been wanting to see more of him in the Wallaby jersey. But, yeah, it's good to see him that he's getting an opportunity this weekend on the bench. And he might score a try, hopefully coming off the bench. And something that he's done really, really well for the Reds fans. So, yes, last week I predicted Argentina beating the Wallabies. This week, I think the dry conditions might actually favor the Wallabies a little bit. I wanted to see the Wallabies focusing again on, keeping the penalty count low, keeping the missed tackle count low, and just put the squeeze on in the front row in the props, and maybe can squeeze another win. Maybe, huh? I reckon final score will be 21 points to 18 to the Wallabies. Okay, I'm gonna back the Wallabies this weekend. And just to make sure that I get 2 out of 2 wrong this week again. So yeah, thanks for watching this, guys. Let me know your thoughts, like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, check out the website. Will be no spoilers. There are other games on here as well. All Blacks won. And you can always go click on the player to see their biography or click on their stats to see their stats. And yeah, check that out. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know any feedback on this. And thanks for watching. And see you guys soon. Cheers.